so plain and precious.
Travis Wingetzel. There is some news that requires me to do a video for you. So, not going to bed, not watching the remaining episodes of 24, Season 9. Audrey is back. And tears were flowing after my rough morning. It's like Luke and Laura back in the day. Apparently this year is all about the 14th Amendment and the overthrow of it. The Colorado case against Trump is using the second section, or third section, in which those who commit acts of sedition are to be removed from office, and it's not being used on anybody else that was involved. I haven't checked to see if Colorado's congresspersons voted not to certify the election or not. That would be kind of crucial, as them just targeting Trump and not their own congressmen or senators. Earlier this year, we had that debt crisis where the MAGA terrorists in Congress, who were not removed because of Section 3, were holding America hostage with the debt ceiling, not wanting to rise it and thus crash the economy and thus crash the world economies. And so that's Section 4 as to how to compensate. And it was talked about, but Democrats caved. It must be low on batteries. It's the only thing I can think of. Wrong time when I'm doing a video. Wrong time. Okay. And then it looks like appointment of representation for Section 2 is similar to voting. And apparently Utah's ballots have been mailed. And I received notification today that I have to find her now. There was a candidate who got banned. Which one did I put it in? This one. So when we get our ballots and we see her name, she has been disqualified. She did not submit her financial information. So she tried to pull a Burgess Owens and failed. Mormons allowed Burgess Owens to erase his debts. Catherine Censomoni, butchered that, I think. Costananzo. She was a candidate for the office in City of South Salt Lake Council at Large in the 2023 general election. Did they not? Where's Sherry Swenson? Bring her back. Retired. Come on. She never made this kind of mistake. So apparently I'm not getting a ballot. I don't get to vote. I'm disqualified. Thank you, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's not like this was a presidential election. But nonetheless, dear God, such incompetence with a brand new person. They get a little authority as they suppose, and they immediately begin to exercise unrighteous dominion. So, alright, screw that one then. But the First Amendment, now this didn't happen earlier this year, it was the other year, but people are still bringing it up as states are trying to counteract the seditious conspiracy, Section 3, by our Supreme Court Justice in overthrowing Section 1 rights to all women of the United States of America. And Idaho had some news on this too that we need to go over. So first we'll read the law. And as Mormons, you're supposed to obey, honor, and sustain the law of the land. You're not supposed to overthrow it. Nonetheless, Mormons are evil. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunity of citizens of the United States who are born or naturalized. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Not only is it an issue with women, I myself am a victim of the state of Utah under the orders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints doing this to me multiple times. Nor denying to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And so, because of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints owning and operating also the state of Idaho, as they too pass their laws to sustain and defend, even sacrificing their lives if necessary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they've expelled all of their OBGYNs. Bye-bye. No health care for women in the state of Idaho now. They're being expelled. The laws are too severe and strict that OBGYNs cannot work in the state of Idaho anymore under threat of their life and their job. And so they're gone. They had to move out for their own safety and protection. This is what's going to happen to Utah. This is what's going to happen to Arizona. This is what's going to happen to Colorado. It's going to happen to the whole United States. All because a fetus is being given rights over all persons born and naturalized. It's not complicated. Real simple. Just like whether you are for Israel or you're against it. You can't claim that you're pro-Palestinian because that means you deny that Hamas attacked Israel. You can't claim that the Palestinians are suffering, little children suffering, refugees today suffering, women, pregnant women suffering, because you deny Hamas as a terrorist group that attacked Israel. Protesters in the Senate today, when Blinken was speaking, are terrorists. They're anti-Semitic terrorists, demanding that Israel stop their fight, denying Hamas and their attack on Israel. These are terrorists. You give aid and comfort to terrorists, making you terrorists. It's real simple. It's in the law even. It's in the Constitution. And so, CIA Director Wray, I believe he's CIA. I don't think he's FBI. Wray, whichever one he is. Let's find out. Christopher Wray, FBI. So yes, I did warn the FBI in advance of these terrorist threats to America because of the war in Israel. I got my Citizenship in the Nation merit badge as a Boy Scout. Became an Eagle Scout. Only because my mom made sure the scout leader made sure I got it at 18. And I almost didn't get it because I was honest in my questioning in my final interview. I've told that story several times, but it's been years. But, yeah. As a Mormon born and raised in the Covenant, and an Eagle Scout, I am very patriotic. As the Book of Mormon also teaches me to support and sustain a constitutional republic. That's the message of Captain Moroni, in case you forgot, or in case you haven't read your Book of Mormon. And so, I'm pissed with my government for not adhering to it, as you can tell. They don't get to claim that I'm the terrorist for calling them out for their failure to fulfill their oath of office. They are duty-bound to adhere to the Constitution. The Supreme Court justices were duty-bound to reject that lawsuit and protect the 14th Amendment, Section 1. They betrayed this country because they failed to follow the Constitution. All congressmen who voted not to certify the election are traitors and terrorists and seditious conspirators to this nation. And the FBI and Homeland Security and the DOJ and any other agency that refuses to hold their oath to the Constitution, to hold those who violated it responsible and accountable, also are aiding and abetting, and thus are also terrorists, conspirators of sedition, and treasonous. I warned them. I gave them the financial documents tying them to the church and the Council for National Policy through which the church has been working through. The church acted on their own to start the war in Ukraine, to start the war in Israel. I gave them warning in advance, gave them the financial documents, gave them the documents showing the conspiracy plot, and they refused to listen. They refused to act on it. They refused to hold the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints accountable for violating Article of Faith number 12 and betraying America, betraying Mormons because they used your tithing money. These are the latter days. And so Ray was warning now of what I've already been warning for years, that Hamas are inciting the whole world to terrorist attacks because of their framing of Israel. And those are the consequences of supporting terrorism. Yeah, the suffering of the Palestinians, they supported Hamas. Those are the natural consequences. And they're trying to deny the consequences of their actions. They acted in support of the terrorists. They are getting their consequences. And they're trying to get the world to turn on Israel instead, so that they can deny the consequences of their actions. And Halloween, I'm told from local news here in Utah, the police, in order to protect children, are going to lock up your kids for the night. So that mommy and daddy can feel safe, that their kids are safe, and have some alone time for the evening. Because that's what you do to keep people safe and to keep them from committing crime, is you do pre-crime lockups for their protection. Therefore, nobody's going to hit your kid in the crosswalk or shoot them or give them laced candy or needles in the bag. And so, yeah, it's just safer all around to take away your kid's agency and lock them up. Satan's plan of happiness. It works so well. Just ask the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And, yeah, human trafficking. They don't want to say sex because that's a sin. Shh. It's an addiction. And so it's just human trafficking is on high alert here in Utah. So that's the news. And 20 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'll put this up tomorrow morning. We'll see.